OutDaughtered quintuplets celebrate their 10th birthday. See their custom shirts and very specific dessert request. OutDaughtered stars Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker Busby turned 10 on April 8, marking a milestone birthday for the quintuplets. The Busby quintuplets are growing up. OutDaughtered stars Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker Busby celebrated a milestone birthday on Tuesday, April 8, when they turned 10 years old. Their parents, Danielle and Adam Busby, went all out for the big day, sharing several photos on Instagram. "The RUH It's My Birthday," the mom of 6 wrote alongside images of custom shirts with that catchphrase printed on them in various colors. "I cannot believe my quintuplets are what a journey we have been on, and I wouldn't change it for anything. Love you each so much. Happy 10th birthday Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, and Parker Kate." Adam posted a series of individual shots of each of the 5 girls with birthday candles and a special treat that morning. The Quints requested birthday donuts, very specific icing requests, might I add, for their breakfast this morning. The caption read, "Happy 10th birthday, girls." Fans in the comments sent their wishes to the family, who have been documenting their life for the past 10 seasons of their TLC reality show. "Happy 10th birthday, girls," one user wrote. "It's been a pleasure to watch you all grow into such beautiful, lively young ladies. I hope all of you have the best day ever." Another commented, "I literally can't believe my eyes, they're 10. Happy birthday Riley, Ava, Olivia, Hazel, and Parker." The most recent season of OutDaughtered showed Danielle and Adam, who are also parents to 14-year-old Blake, navigating the financial and emotional challenges of their girls getting older. In June, they opened up to people about how things have changed since first letting cameras into their lives in 2016. "We try to let the kids be kids, and if they want to film and be engaged today, or if Blake's not feeling it, that's fine," Danielle explained. "We have to feed around that, and that's how it's going to keep it healthy for our children." Adam added that season 10 was pretty difficult to film because all the girls were so involved in extracurricular activities and just different sporting things and dance, and Blake made multiple school sports teams, and so she was doing something pretty much every evening. And so it made it really difficult because you're like, okay, when are we going to film the show? It's a piece of our life. It's not the whole aspect of our life, and we don't live life just because of the TV show, but we love having an outlet to share, Danielle noted. "And we are real as possible. So you see the bitterness and the cattiness and the family struggle, but that's just real stuff. And a lot of it too is it's fun to us in a sense, but also it is hard. It's very hard to film a TV show, but we're still trying to do our best to abide by the calling that we feel like we have." The real reason OutDaughtered stars are walking away from it all. For years, OutDaughtered has been one of TLC's most beloved family reality shows, following Adam and Danielle Busby as they navigated life with America's first all-girl quintuplets and their oldest daughter, Blake. Viewers watched the Busby family grow, struggle, celebrate, argue, laugh, and evolve in front of the cameras. From sleepless nights and diaper chaos to birthdays, school milestones, health scares, and family vacations, fans felt deeply connected to the Busbys. But over time, something began to shift. Episodes became more spaced out. Filming slowed. Social media activity hinted at changes. And eventually, many fans began asking the same question: why do the stars of OutDaughtered seem to be walking away from it all? The real reason isn't just one simple explanation. It's a layered mix of emotional exhaustion, personal growth, health struggles, changing priorities, and a desire for privacy that grew stronger with each passing year. While the show brought fame, financial stability, and incredible opportunities, it also came with a cost that became harder to ignore as the Busby family matured. From the very beginning, Adam and Danielle Busby never set out to become reality TV stars. They were an ordinary Texas couple hoping to expand their family. When Danielle became pregnant with quintuplets after fertility treatments, their lives changed overnight. TLC stepped in to document what was truly an unprecedented situation. At first, the cameras felt like support. Production crews helped capture moments the family would want to remember forever, And the platform allowed Adam and Danielle to share their story, while also securing resources they desperately needed to care for 6 young children. One of the biggest reasons the Busbys appear to be stepping back is simple burnout. Raising 6 children is already overwhelming. Raising 6 children while being filmed, judged, analyzed, and criticized by millions of strangers adds another level of pressure that never truly goes away. Adam and Danielle have both spoken openly about how exhausting filming can be, especially when it overlaps with real-life challenges like illness, marital stress, and mental health struggles. Danielle, in particular, has faced significant health issues that played a major role in changing the family's outlook. Over the years, viewers watched her battle unexplained pain, dizziness, migraines, and fatigue. Eventually, she revealed that she had undergone major medical procedures, including a hysterectomy, after years of discomfort and concern. Living with chronic pain while also being responsible for 6 children and a television production schedule became unsustainable. At a certain point, her health had to come first. Adam, meanwhile, has been very open about his own mental health journey. He has discussed experiencing depression, anxiety, and the weight of being the primary provider, while also managing public scrutiny. Filming a reality show means reliving stressful moments again and again, both during production and when episodes air. Arguments, parenting mistakes, and vulnerable conversations become permanent, searchable content. For someone already struggling internally, that kind of exposure can be damaging. Another major factor is the Busby children themselves. When OutDaughtered began, the Quintuplets were babies. They couldn't consent to being filmed. They didn't understand what fame was. They didn't have opinions about privacy. Now, the girls are growing older. They're developing personalities, friendships, school lives, and awareness of the world around them. Being recognized in public, having classmates who know intimate details about their lives, and growing up with a camera present can affect children in ways parents can't always predict. Adam and Danielle have made it increasingly clear that protecting their daughter's emotional well-being matters more than ratings or contracts. As the girls age, the challenges they face become more personal. School pressures, social dynamics, and identity development are sensitive areas that many parents would rather keep private. Walking away from the show allows the Busbys to give their daughters a more normal upbringing, free from constant public commentary. There's also the issue of control. Reality television often comes with editing choices that don't always reflect the full truth. Storylines are shaped to keep audiences engaged. Conflict is emphasized. Emotional moments are sometimes pushed further than families are comfortable with. Over time, Adam and Danielle gained their own platforms through social media and business ventures, giving them the ability to share their story on their own terms. When you no longer need a network to survive, the desire to hand over control diminishes. Financial independence plays a big role in this shift. In the early seasons, the show was a crucial source of income. Medical bills, childcare costs, and everyday expenses for a large family required stability. But over time, the Busbys diversified. Adam pursued entrepreneurial projects and media work. Danielle built successful businesses, including retail and lifestyle brands. With multiple income streams, the pressure to continue filming for financial reasons eased significantly. Another often overlooked factor is how fame changes relationships. Being on television affects not just the immediate family, but extended family, friendships, and even marriages. Adam and Danielle have been honest about the strain filming placed on their relationship. Scheduling conflicts, lack of privacy, and the stress of being on all the time contributed to moments where they had to seriously reevaluate their priorities. Choosing to step away isn't about failure. It's about preservation. Fans also tend to forget that reality TV contracts don't last forever. Shows evolve. Networks change direction. Viewer interests shift. Sometimes stepping away is proactive rather than reactive. By gradually distancing themselves, the Busbys retain dignity and control over how their story ends rather than being abruptly canceled or forced into unwanted storylines. Walking away from it all doesn't mean abandoning their audience. Adam and Danielle still connect with fans through social media, sharing updates, family moments, and business ventures without the pressure of a production crew. This allows for authenticity without obligation. They can choose what to share and what to protect. There's also a deeper emotional element at play. Living life in seasons is something many people relate to. What made sense when the Quints were newborns doesn't necessarily make sense now. The Busbys have grown, changed, and matured. Their values have evolved. What once felt exciting may now feel draining. Recognizing when a chapter has run its course is a sign of self-awareness, not ingratitude. Some fans interpret stepping away as walking away from fame, but in reality, it's walking toward peace, toward health, toward family-first decisions, toward a slower, more intentional life. Fame amplifies everything, including stress, mistakes, and vulnerability. Choosing a quieter path can be incredibly freeing. It's also worth noting that the Busbys never completely closed the door. They haven't announced a dramatic farewell or burned bridges. Instead, they've allowed space. Space to live. Space to heal. Space to grow without the expectation of constant performance. That kind of exit speaks volumes about their priorities. At its core, the real reason the OutDaughtered stars are walking away from it all is balance. They gave years of their lives to documenting an extraordinary journey. They invited the world into their home. Now, they're choosing themselves, their children, and their future. OutDaughtered, star reveals shocking family rift. What really happened behind closed doors. For years, OutDaughtered has been known as one of the most wholesome reality shows on television. Viewers tuned in not for drama or scandal, but for laughter, chaos, and the heartwarming moments of watching a large family grow together in front of the cameras. Adam and Danielle Busby, along with their 6 daughters, became symbols of modern family resilience, juggling careers, parenting, and public life while staying grounded in faith and love. But as time has passed, fans have begun to realize that even the happiest-looking families can carry uneven fractures beneath the surface. Recently, one of the stars connected to OutDaughtered revealed that a deep and painful family rift has been quietly unfolding away from the cameras. The revelation stunned fans, not because conflict exists, conflict happens in every family, but because of how carefully the Busby family has protected their private struggles over the years. This disclosure peeled back a layer of reality that viewers rarely get to see, offering a sobering reminder that television often captures a small portion of real life. What makes this rift especially shocking is not just who is involved, but how long it appears to have been simmering beneath polite smiles, social media posts, and public appearances. From the very beginning of OutDaughtered, the Busbys were presented as a tightly knit unit. Adam and Danielle leaned heavily on extended family, especially in the early years when caring for the first all-female set of quintuplets born in the United States. Grandparents, siblings, and close relatives were often referenced as part of the support system that made survival possible during those exhausting early days. Fans grew accustomed to seeing relatives show up for birthdays, holidays, and milestones. There was an unspoken belief that the family's strength came not only from Adam and Danielle's partnership, but from the village around them. That belief is what made the revelation of a rift so jarring. The star's admission did not come through a dramatic television special or a headline-grabbing interview. Instead, it emerged quietly through candid reflections that hinted at unresolved pain, distance, and emotional strain. Those paying close attention noticed subtle shifts, first certain family members appearing less frequently, interactions becoming more guarded, and once familiar dynamics quietly fading from view. Why did family gatherings look smaller? Why did social media posts feel more selective than before? At first, many assumed it was simply a matter of privacy or busy schedules. After all, as the Busby girls grew older, their lives became more complex. School, activities, businesses, and personal health struggles naturally shifted priorities. But the truth, as it slowly emerged, was far more complicated. According to the revelation, the rift did not begin with a single explosive argument. Instead, it was the result of years of accumulated misunderstandings, unmet expectations, and emotional boundaries that were never clearly communicated. This is often how the deepest family conflicts form, not through one dramatic moment, but through silence, assumptions, and unresolved hurt. Being part of a reality television show adds a unique layer of pressure to family relationships. When cameras are involved, private disagreements can feel amplified, and even small conflicts may take on greater emotional weight. Decisions about what to share, what to hide, and how to present family life to millions of viewers can strain even the strongest bonds. For the Busbys, the challenge was balancing authenticity with protection. They wanted to be real, but they also wanted to shield their children and extended family from unnecessary scrutiny. That balance, according to the revelation, was not always easy to maintain. At the heart of the rift were differences in values, expectations, and boundaries, particularly around involvement, support, and respect for privacy. As the Busby family grew more famous, their lives became more visible, and not everyone connected to them felt comfortable with that level of exposure. Some felt left out, while others felt overwhelmed or misunderstood. The star who revealed the rift made it clear that the pain was mutual. This was not a case of one side being entirely right and the other entirely wrong. Instead, it was a painful collision of perspectives, each shaped by personal experiences and emotions. One of the most difficult aspects of the situation was how it affected the children. The Busby girls, who have grown up in the public eye, are old enough now to notice changes in family dynamics. The adults involved were forced to navigate the delicate balance of protecting the girls from adult conflict while also acknowledging that change was happening around them. This, according to the revelation, was one of the most heartbreaking parts of the rift. Family relationships are rarely simple, but when children are involved, every decision feels heavier. Choosing distance over constant conflict can sometimes be the healthiest option, even when it comes at an emotional cost. The star emphasized that the decision to step back from certain relationships was not made lightly. There were attempts at communication, moments of reconciliation, and periods of hope that things would improve. But without mutual understanding and respect, those efforts often fell short. As time went on, emotional exhaustion set in. Being constantly hurt, misunderstood, or dismissed takes a toll, especially when you are already navigating the pressures of parenting, work, health challenges, and public scrutiny. Eventually, boundaries had to be drawn not out of anger, but out of self-preservation. What surprised many fans was how long the family managed to keep this rift out of the spotlight. In an age where personal drama is often monetized and overshared, the Busbys chose restraint. They did not publicly criticize or blame anyone. Instead, they quietly adjusted their lives, allowing distance to replace tension. The star's revelation did not include harsh accusations or dramatic claims. Instead, it focused on emotional truth, the sadness of losing closeness with people you once trusted, the grief of accepting that some relationships may never return to what they were, and the complicated love that remains even when distance is necessary. Many shared their own experiences with family rifts, recognizing the familiar patterns of miscommunication and unmet expectations. Others expressed sadness, having viewed the Busby family as a symbol of unity and togetherness. But perhaps the most common response was understanding, because at the end of the day, this story is not just about a reality TV family. It is about human relationships. The revelation also shed light on the emotional cost of fame. While OutDaughtered brought incredible opportunities, it also magnified personal struggles. When your life becomes content, even private pain can feel public. That pressure can push cracks deeper, if not handled carefully. The star acknowledged that fame did not cause the rift, but it accelerated and complicated existing issues. Decisions that might have been simple in a private life became loaded with meaning under public scrutiny. Despite the pain, the tone of the revelation was not bitter. There was sadness, yes, but also growth. Time, distance, and reflection have brought clarity. The star spoke about learning the importance of boundaries, self-respect, and emotional honesty. Sometimes, stepping away is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of maturity. There was also an acknowledgement that healing does not always mean reconciliation. Sometimes healing means acceptance. Accepting that people change. Accepting that relationships evolve. Accepting that love can exist without closeness. For fans hoping for a dramatic reunion or a sudden resolution, the reality may be quieter and more complex. Family rifts rarely end with a single conversation or public apology. They unfold slowly, shaped by time, effort, and willingness from all sides. The Star did not rule out the possibility of reconciliation in the future, but they also made it clear that any healing would have to be genuine, not forced for appearances or public approval. In a world obsessed with perfect images, admitting that things are broken and may stay that way is both brave and relatable. As OutDaughtered continues to evolve, so too does the family at its center. The girls are growing up, Adam and Danielle are navigating new chapters, and the extended family dynamics are being reshaped by experience and reflection. This revelation does not erase the joy, love, and resilience that fans have witnessed over the years. Instead, it adds depth. It reminds viewers that strength does not mean the absence of conflict, it means choosing growth, even when it hurts. The shocking family rift may have changed relationships, but it has also sparked conversations about boundaries, mental health, and emotional honesty. In that sense, the revelation serves a purpose beyond entertainment. It encourages empathy, understanding, and compassion for public figures and private individuals alike. Behind every smiling family photo is a story you don't see. And sometimes, telling that story carefully, respectfully, and truthfully is the most powerful thing of all.